All right, cutting across to Karnataka, big protests in Karnataka over the Congress allowing for free bus ride for women. We believe that many of the private transport agencies and the private players itself are bearing huge losses as people have moved to now travelling in buses. By and large, women and children now travelling in buses has really affected business of the private parties. Now, Chief Ministers, while at least 32 private unions, transport unions, have come together to condemn this and have listed out their demands to the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah calls these demands as impossible to meet. Siddaramaiah says, can't deal with impossible demands, can't restrict protesters from stir, but we can't deal with these impossible demands. This is Siddaramaiah, who says that it's not possible to meet with demands that's been made by the private unions. I'm going to cut across to first what Siddaramaiah said before I take you through the list of demands posed by the unions here.
ಅವರು ಈಗ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗಳು ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ. ನಮಗೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ನಾವು? ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ನಾವು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
All right, let me quickly cut across to Sagai Raj joining us live for more on that. Sagai, we know the list of demands that the union have placed. 32 private transport players who've come together to protest against the free bus ride given to women in the state of Karnataka. So they want, these private unions now want bike taxis to be banned. They want 10,000 aid given to drivers. They want support corporation to be set up. They want low interest loans. They want scholarship for drivers' children. They want to prevent whiteboard vehicles entirely. They want to ban app-based aggregators, basically Uber, Ola, etc. They want a crackdown on all those finance companies that are charging them exorbitant interest rates. While some of these demands could be met with or even considered, a lot of the others seem a little over the top. You have Siddaramaiah coming out to say that they are allowed to protest, but we can't meet with these unreasonable demands. Tell us a little more on the strike. How successful is it here in Bengaluru today?
Now, as you rightly pointed out all the points about their demand, it seemed to be quite successful in the city of Bengaluru, where we haven't seen any kind of taxis or auto rickshaws or private buses plying on the roads of Bengaluru. In fact, you get a traffic-free corridor wherever you are roaming in Bengaluru, apart from the place where they are protesting. So it seems to be quite free today. Whoever is cribbing about the traffic, today probably they cannot crib about it. Apart from this, if you notice that the demands of all this private association, the Federation of Karnataka Private Bus Association, it seemed to be quite impractical. 10,000 rupees compensation, welfare schemes for all the drivers, auto drivers, taxi drivers, which includes a scholarship to their students, to insurance for the drivers whoever are plying the vehicles on the streets and the roads of Bengaluru. So the government have already discussed with them, and the government feel that these demands are quite impractical and which cannot be fulfilled on the time. And that is the reason they feel that this kind of discussion with the private players is not going to serve the purpose. As of now, they are protesting here in Bengaluru, and they have also warned that unless they don't get in the writing that their demands will be fulfilled, they'll continue the protest, and probably this will extend to the entire state of Karnataka.
Also, and Siddaramaiah has very clearly said that I'm not going to do much about these unreasonable demands. So it means that it's struck down. All their demands have been struck down. Is that what it means?
As we speak now, the Transport Minister of Karnataka, Ramling Reddy, has reached out to them in the Freedom Park. He will try to convince them and talk to them, and whichever is possible by the Karnataka government, they will try to do those demands, and they will try to fulfill those things. And whichever is impractical, it is quite difficult even for the government to go ahead and fulfill their promises. Sorry, demands.
Right. Thank you very much, Sagai, for joining us on that. Now, clearly, there's that storm that we see on the streets of Bengaluru. In fact, private transport unions have come together to fire at the Karnataka government for allowing free bus rides to women, and that they claim has been impacting their business. The private transport players' businesses have been affected. In fact, they've now called for a Bengaluru bandh altogether. They've protested against the Karnataka government's Shakti scheme, which allows for women to travel free in non-premium government buses. Now, the Federation has organized for a protest march from Sangoli Rayana station, the circle, all the way to Freedom Park in Bengaluru as part of this bandh. The protest is expected to impact private cabs, taxis, buses, cars, affecting city's transportation system. In fact, today it's almost like a bandh-like situation with many schools, government offices all affected as movement has been crippled. According to private carriers, the Shakti scheme reduced their income. The private players say that they now want reimbursement from the government for their losses. Slamming the Karnataka government over their freebie schemes, BJP's Rajiv Chandrasekhar has blamed the Siddu Sarkar for favouring only one community and discriminating against the poor and deprived Hindus.
Federation of Karnataka Private Vehicles Association have called for a Bengaluru bandh today, where all the vehicles, especially the private buses, auto rickshaws, Olas, Ubers and all other taxis which plies on the roads of Bengaluru are not plying today. They have called for a Bengaluru bandh, and as we speak now you can see that there is a protest march carried out in the city from Anandra Circle to Freedom Park, where they will continue their protest, and their demand is that the Karnataka government have to give some kind of compensation to all the drivers who are facing huge loss because of a Shakti scheme. And they also claim that due to women passengers who are not travelling in autos, Olas and private buses, which is a major cause, even the other passengers including men and kids are not travelling because of women are not travelling along with them.
ಖಾಸಗಿ ವಾಹನದವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಖಾಸಗಿ ಬಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ವಿಚಾರ. ಊಬರು, ಆಟೋರವ್ರಿಗೂ ಬಹುಶಃ ಪಾಪ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪತಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಎದುರಿಸೋದು, ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಿಕರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಮಾಡೋಂಥದ್ದು, ಇದರಿಂದ ಬಹುಶಃ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಖಂಡಿತ ಅವರ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರ ಕೂಡ ಗಮನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ.